All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Mr. Cat. Day number 9. We continue with the prestigious Southeast Asian event brought to you by the one and only Mr. Cat, the Invitational, season number 2. It is Trent here, and I'm joined by Android. Hello.
Radiant team pick.
Ah, that is not your fault, Annie, for I hath muted myself in the team speak.
Nay, make it unso.
Yes, it has been quite fixed. Thank you. Good morning.
Ahoy.
Ah, well, Mr. Cat, day number 9. That's all you missed. Very exciting stuff, of course. Execration. And Trust going up against each other here.
Very early in the morning, Trent.
That's the only way to do Mr. Cat.
Whew. Gotta let it flow through your veins and energize you. So, going into Radiant pick number 1. Took a little while to get this game underway, but it is going to be worth the wait. Best of 2 series here. Execration, Trust. I mean, what are the odds looking at? Just knowing the region a little bit, I'm thinking Execration are very polished and very strong right now, but there's always upsets.
Yeah, it can happen for sure. I would say probably like 30-70 coming into it. Then again, it's also those 2-game series, so the odds get a little funkier. So the odds, the odds of them taking a game, I'd say, are higher than them winning a best of 3, obviously. So maybe you can up that a little bit. But either way, it looks like everything's all a go here. They're taking their sweet time, but we'll get Trust up on the Earth Spirit for their first overall, and in typical fashion, we get a saying, but I believe this is going to be the first Omni Night of Mr. Cat.
I was just about to say the same thing. I believe you are correct, Sir Trent, and we are going to shake it up now.
So a little bit early, but I don't know. He doesn't really run into the same problems. He just, as he used to, like now that the Defeasal Blades don't do as much, it's like you kind of feel pressure to still get one for the Guardian Angel, which is really annoying. But now that you can't purge off Repel, it's super obnoxious, and it makes all his combinations stronger, like those like PA Omni or Storm Spirit Omni, OD Omni.
Like, Omni is just going to be a problem. Does Trust have to go for something like a Silencer? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, there's a couple different methods. Silencer's not a bad one. And generally, you have to look at like getting to the back line and just trying to silence him first. So that'll be all on Fei Mao if he's playing the Earth Spirit once again here. And they opt back for another top-tier support in the Shadow Demon. Opens up a couple different combination options for themselves, of course. Moving that second phase, those heavy stack carries.
5 seconds remaining.
And maybe they can try and mobilize a bit before Omni becomes too powerful in the early game. Or they can start aiming for more of a like mid-late kind of strategy where Omni becomes less relevant without a high mobility or something.
Alright, so I don't see a whole lot of Omni in the SEA region. Do you think he's going to be kind of that passive, like maxing out the purification and chilling and being that hard support, going for the immediate Greaves? Or is he going to be like the max out Degen aura and just run at you kind of Omni?
Yeah, he'll probably just be the like the 4-1. I like the 4-0-3 or some sort of build where you just kind of skip Guardian Angel. Sometimes you can skip Repel. It depends on the lane. Sometimes you just need it, so you go like 4-1-2 or something. But you just you sit in the off lane, you max up the purification, you mess up anybody who comes near you. That would be my always assumed type of Omni Knight. So we'll have to see. I definitely prefer him in the off lane than I do any sort of a like pure supporting, even like position 4 role. I think Sand would do better at that than Omni would.
We'll have to see. They're definitely giving themselves some flexibility, as both these heroes can be the 4, can also just offlane themselves, get real nasty, get real aggressive. Trust, they're going into their bands trying to figure out what Execration wants. And you know, Execration draft right now is pretty hidden. They're holding their cards close to their chest. They're not revealing a whole lot of what they want, aside from someone that synergizes at least a little bit with an Omni Knight, which is a lot of heroes.
Yeah, both teams. Not too much given away. All Trusts have really shown. I guess we know at least one of the position 4s is going to be the Earth Spirit, and then more than likely either Execration is going to have Sand or Omni, and they're both kind of similar in that they don't do that well ganking in the mid lane, so it's possible that Trust could look for something a little bit greedier there, whereas Execration has to be cautious about the Earth Spirit and take him into consideration, because like if you're Sand let's go into the assumption that Sand King's the 4 and Omni Knight's the 3. Sand King can't really do anything to counter mid ganks. And even if Omni Knight's the 4, he's not going to have the levels to do anything about mid ganks anyway. So they pretty much have a free mid for Trust, where it's unlikely that they can put too much aggression on them, as aggression is execration. Jeez. Whew. So yeah, we'll see. Shadow Fiend banned out. Don't want to deal with that.
Turn to pick.
Execration grabbed themselves Avenge, so very support-heavy lineup so far. I think Vengeful Spirit's a solid choice all around, but Execration are definitely leaving their 2 cores to the last pick here. They don't want to give away too much. Trust are going to go in. They've still got to pick up that Shadow Demon synergy. They had the Luna and the Alchemist banned out against them. I think those are 2 really smart picks.
Yeah, exactly. They cover both the bases, right? You got your Radiance, Annoyance, and then you got your little stat-heavy carry, Luna, of course, the most common and popular of all of them when it comes to the SD combinations. I wonder if, so far, well, we've had Trust, at least, in the tournament. Yeah, we haven't featured any. Oh, yeah, this guy. Oh, would you look at that?
Hi, look, bears.
Okay. So, I
Also
haven't
worth
seen this
noting
guy.
that Lakel's is not playing right now. He's having a stand-in and camo, so not
True.
sure what his hero pool is. Of course, Lakel is a very accomplished position 1, but I think camo will be able to fill his shoes quite nicely here.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, don't recognize him right off the bat, but could be. I feel like his profile looks familiar, but I'll let it go. Either way, more Southeast Asia means more Tinker. They love this guy, man. This is like a staple forever in this region. Just so much Tinker, and continues to be that way. Of course, they don't all go that Bloodstone Tinker build. I remember that was one of the weirdest things when I first started casting Southeast Asian Dota, was like Bloodstone Tinker, which no one else was doing at the time. And then it was a thing for a little while, but that all kind of died when Storm Spirit died.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah, that was. Then I guess around the same timing when he got nerfed for the Bloodstone and blah blah blah. But anyway, Tinker these days, we don't care about Bloodstones. We got our eggs, we got our Aether Lens, we got all the fun blinking around and doing his thing, and now covered by an Omni Knight. So Tinker is going to be a little bit more chill, and they'll go with a classic off-lane counter to the Tinker, and the next assassin got to watch out for that Carapace.
So far in Trust lineup, I mean, they've got a lot of nice gankers, they've got a lot of individual stability, but their team fight synergy is maybe a little bit lacking, so I think Trust have to pick kind of a team fighter, a big old boy with some wombo combo for their last pick, and go ban the Meepo against Execration. Definitely a smart choice there.
Yeah, I think whenever you don't have a hero that you need to ban out in Southeast Asia, you just ban Meepo. That's kind of what I've come to learn here, where it's just like, people will pick it and they'll put it in any role. Honestly, you can just like throw it in the jungle. Who cares?
Yeah, Tinker already? Fuck it, ban Meepo.
Yeah, you never know. Just don't want to deal with that. So, Trust Earth Spirit is one of the best heroes right now for the exact reason that he can, if you're good enough at the hero, he can be everything you would like need. He can like fill so many niches. He can just be that team fight. He can like give you Tidehunter levels of team fight through his support, which is kind of crazy. Of course, it all comes on the back of hitting those 3-man kicks and all the big silences and calming up with someone. So, as he said, team fight wouldn't hurt them for sure if they wanted to go in towards like the Puck or something like that, or in this case it'll be the Invokers. So, not exactly easy to execute team fight, but it is there. Decent stun in the Impale. Carapace as well is going to do a lot of work this game. And
also be
mostly
just a very
Feymail.
Sustainable laner against the Tinker, assuming it's going to be mid Tinker on mid Invoker. I don't think we're going to see too much getting shaked up here, but Execration going in for their position 1. Unless they're going to do something real nuts, like a position 1 Omni Knight, which I wouldn't suggest. I've seen it done in the CIS region, and
Sounds
to
good.
spoil it, man, it was a little bit underwhelming. He just kind of ran at you until level 6, and then he got killed a lot.
Sounds like BZZ probably did it.
It was not BZZ, but it does sound like something he could execute pretty well.
I liked his mid Omni. That was a little better. Just bully whoever's there. That's some good stuff right there. But yeah, the Meepo band. So Execration lately, I mean, Jug's still in. Not too shabby. Not the best. Getting into the backlines of the Lone Druid could be considering someone with high mobility.
I want a Terrorblade.
A Terrorblade.
It's not going to happen, but it might be neat here. Like, of all the games where Terrorblade would suck a lot, like, this is one where he would suck a little less.
Fair enough. A little
I mean,
less
it's
suck.
true.
Oh, we're gonna be lost our life stealer. Looks like they do run position. Oh no, they don't. Slark is. Eh.
Dark
Yeah.
is scary here because if you don't get that good start, you'll just get ganked by Nyx over and over again.
I think it's probably pretty hard just to say no to Jug right now. Maybe they're just considering, is there anything
10
better than
seconds
Jug?
remaining.
Anti-mage.
Apparently so.
Wow. All right.
That's bold.
I like it. So definitely aiming for the later stages here. Not really too much dead about that. Then again, so does Trust's lineup. Like it still does fine into later games. So question is, who will do better? Wow, we're in for this is gonna be a good match actually. I'm looking forward to this.
Rare we see the lone druid actually get this far into the pool and now Trust pick it up. This I think will be my first lone druid witness of Mr. Cat. Have we seen lots of lone druid that I just haven't been there for, or is this gonna be?
I
of the
feel like
big
he was
boys?
there near the start quite a few times. We've definitely had him a few games, but not quite as potent as he was before the little tweak in 7.02.
Right, loading in here. Game number 1 of Mr. Cat. Predictions, Trent, now that we've seen the draft.
Ooh.
You bugging out the way I am? Because I'm bugging out pretty hard.
Oh no, mine just takes a second and then it fixes itself. I would be favoring Execration. I think both in well. Let me think. If these rosters were all right, if these lineups were swapped, I'd probably be favoring Execration, or I'd probably be favoring the Lone Druid draft actually. So I guess I favor Execration more so because they're heroes, but I don't think they're at a significant draft disadvantage. I think I just like the way trusts are lined up. I think with the Lone Druid, they have a better chance of taking a bunch of early towers and snowballing into some sort of pressure. If Nyx Assassin gets like 2 good Vendettas off right off the bat and can move into a Blink Dagger or something, they could keep pressuring and using Sun Strikes and accelerating their lineup while Lone Druid just gets ready to kind of rock. Whereas Execration, they have both Tinker and Anti-Mage. So, I mean, it's not too difficult to take a look at that and say, hey, they might take a little while to actually come online with all their power and stuff. So I would say that makes it a little bit more difficult for them. However, we obviously would be favoring them in terms of players in a lot of ways.
Have to see here. I mean, I got faith in this anti-mage. I think he's going to have to play real safe. I think there's going to be a lot of bounties on his head, but I think the Tinker in the mid lane, as long as he doesn't get walked on by the Invoker, can definitely scale up nicely. And then even if there's team fights going down where Execration lose a pick or two, Tinker's still going to be pushing. You think we're going to see that, you know, early max out and laser and heat-seeking missile, or are we going to see more of the March of the Machines, buy those boots of travels, TP around, and don't give a fuck about team fights kind of Tinker?
Probably more so the team fight style, I would say. Well, I mean, it's all the same Tinker, really. It's just about working in that first little bit. Probably going to be, I would guess, early levels into Marches, more so like into the earlier stages of the game, simply because of the fact that Earth Spirit's probably going to be there a lot, and Nando will need a little bit of help.
Oh yeah, going to cinematic on anti-mage. We got
30
anime mage coming in
seconds to
here.
battle.
That is some sick hair. Damn. Nice. Very nice. Oh, he's ripped. Look at that veiny bicep. Damn, dude. He's been hitting the gym.
Those are some serious veins going on. I feel like he's got more bicep than quad, but who am I to talk?
Fair enough, fair enough.
Alright, so just chase down to the bear down bottom. That's really all you've been missing while we're shooting the shit. And now Lumic going in for the steal here. Bear staying on the rune, getting punched up, but it looks like this will be a successful steal. So 3 runes going the way of the Dire side. Definitely getting them off to a good start. Getting some early support gold rocking.
Yeah, and so it is going to be this supporting Omni, although he hasn't had to buy too much. Well, I say that, but he's slightly poor. He gets 2 clarities. He's got this, so maybe just going to run his way top. All right, so we'll just try and combo up then, I guess, with like Magic Missile into some heals. Looks like they're trying a level 1 gank up top here, using the supports.
Still pretty difficult to lock down. Even if you get that really nice disrupt start, Gabby can just blink away unless you impale at the exact moment you need to. Meanwhile, Execration, they're getting ready for a gank of their own. They've got DJ in the wings thrown out. Just the wave of terror. He didn't grab the missile at level 1. Roll in from camo is going to be too late, so Gabby gets right back to farming.
Yeah, so up against an Anti-Mage, up against a Slark, they're kind of the same situation where you just want to bully them in lane, especially at the earliest, just because they are quite a bit weaker. So Perhaps Execration saw this draft from Trust and were like, you know what, they don't have very good aggro heroes. They'll have to either aggro in with a lone druid or they'll have to aggro in with a tri-lane with a Nyx assassin. So this, although it's nice to have a tri-lane into an AM, I think this still favors Execration.
Ooh, roll coming in. Earth Spirit just goes a little bit too long. Lumic could still be in some trouble here. They've got the bop. One more hit should
Oh, nice
be
body
enough,
blocks.
But Fei Mao can't get forward. There we go. Fei Mao trying to go wrap around or something, but Lumic feels just fine. He's got that purification now. Still got tangos for himself. Execration, they're going to be feeling nice and healthy. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage has had a couple of free minutes to farm and doing all right.
Yeah. Very nicely done by DJ there. Make sure
Fei Mao is just keeping the pressure on. This time the boulder connects. They get the stun on the impale as well. Gabby has no mana, can't blink away. His only option is to go forward. And it looks like Lumic's going to go ahead, get wrapped around upon by NT. It looks like First Blood will go down in favor of Anti-Mage. They might even find a double here. Fei Mao doesn't have mana for that disruption, but Execration, they're going to let him off with a warning for now, only taking one hero.
Yeah, of course, worth noting, you know, Shouty, kind of that classic support up against AM. Try and disrupt him, you immediately burn his mana. And although that's great, and this is a counter, I still, I'm not feeling the greatest still for Trust, just because, again, this is still a Nyx assassin. So he's still going to have a hard time getting those levels when he's put into this tri-lane situation. And it could really impact them later on. And they have to make this decision of, like, when it's worth to not be up here for these other supports.
Definitely going to be the hot topic of laning and swapping and ganking. This top lane is going to be a place to keep your eyes on. Meanwhile, down bottom, we've actually got Sand King with the most last hits on the board. Those early levels in Caustic Finale definitely paying off. And PP, he's still getting what he needs in the Lone Druid as well. So just lots of farming on bot lane, not too much aggression. Meanwhile, mid lane, it's all about going for those right clicks on each other. Nando's taking a couple tornadoes to the face.
Oh, nice upgrade. Oh, that was close. Courier was about to go down.
All good, man.
Well, looks like Trust will continue with a little bit of pressure. I mean, this is an Earth Spirit who can't go mid and be a nuisance to the Tinker. So that's a bit of a downside. And Gabby has now hit just about into level 4 with the Salve in hand tier 2, but they're not looking too bad here, actually. Trust, I mean, NT, he's level 3.5. Shadow Demon, he's level 3 in a bit. So, things picking up a bit.
Yeah, down bottom, Sand King has found really good levels, almost at that level 6, in fact. So, he should be able to rotate when needed if they actually really want to go for a gank up top and take back the lane. Well, Gabby's still pretty content. I mean, he hasn't been picked off. He's just chilling. There's a lot of aggression on him, but there's not a whole lot of follow-through until Trust start rotating more heroes. So.
Oh, nice grab by Camo here. As he takes that bounty run. Yeah, worth noting that Wutta is typically the support player, I believe, right? So he's actually on the Invoker this time because of our whole stand-in situation.
Yeah, PP, the typical mid player, is going to be on the Lone Druid. I mean, not too much of a change-up. Still similar mentality of, like, I farm and then I kill people. But a little bit of a shake-up here.
Well, some of those bigger levels are coming to play now. We do have the root available on the PP, so potentially something could go wrong for them.
Disrupt top. They're trying again for this anti-mage. The impale connects. Camo's able to go through, trying to get the silence off. But there is going to be that repel from the Omni Knight. Blink away from the AM. He's going to be wrapping back around. Has no more mana, but plenty of health there, courtesy of Lumic.
Yeah, it was a funny looking blink, but the repel up and available, so that means no more of this disruption shenanigans in terms of the mana burn after. Still gets a couple hits off on the Gabby though, but they can be a little bit more cautious with it and then heal him right back up. So that's DJ been up to, just wandering around some of these camps or something. But
speaking of wandering mid lane, got our big boys ready to go in for a gank onto the Tinker.
Nando,
super value kill.
Yeah, Nando definitely knows what's happening.
Playing it safe. Tornado is going to catch him out. But can they actually get him caught up quick enough? They do bring in the disruption. There's going to be a TP in from the Omni Knight, ready to get him there, ready to get him healed up, and they're going to be going shooting the laser out onto Fei Mao, who doesn't end up eating the heat-seeking missile. They end up losing the Earthshaker, or rather Earth Spirit as well. Shadow Demon hits the deck, and it's going to be Wutta chased off. Both his supports dead after a very nice rotation from that Omni Knight.
Yeah, perfectly played. Comes in there, 5 HP left on the Tinker. As he had
Like,
to
hey,
run
you
home.
wanted to purify? He had a perfect amount of mana too. I mean, Lumic budgeted that thing correctly with the TP in. If he had gone for something like a repel first to try to keep the Tinker safer, would not have been great for him.
And of course, that opens up again just more space up here for Gabby. So, last chart being rather dominated here by the Dire side. Now Lone Druid just sticking out. Oh, mid lane.
Rest in peace, dude. I think Trust right now are giving enough credit to Execration's early rotations.
And nice use of a haste rune too. It can be difficult to get that first gank off with a Sand King. So that'll certainly help him out. And support's leaving does mean NT will eventually get up into the Vendetta now. And DJ getting low, but yeah. Unless DJ would have to kill himself here.
X is thinking about it. He really wants it. There's going to be a roll in. The impale's up in 2 seconds. Kick comes on through, and that's going to be Camo scoring himself a kill. Now, a kill on Anti-Mage would be huge. They're burning his mana. He doesn't have Blink. NT just going to be going, nipping on him. They may end up losing their Nyx here in the long run, and that's going to be, again, another
Dude, Gabby's
big
such a
point for
boss.
Dire.
He's just holding this
Oh,
stick the
Camo
entire
runs
time.
back in. They bring in Nando as well. It's a double kill for the Omni Knight. What was a very well-intentioned gank ends up going down very poorly. Meanwhile, down bottom, Sand King running for his life. Goes Sandstorms, tries to disjoint this gank. PP now changing his aggression onto DJ. Won't be able to find that kill, and everyone on Dire is going to go Shrine up back to full health.
Yeah, easy gaming. Lumic's actually killing it right now on the support Omni Knight. It's just something that works out too well. And now just give another repel here.
He's
Save
doing
some mana.
so fantastic. 2, 1, and 4 for an Omni Knight at under 8 minutes in the game. And he's also saved his teammates. Like, just complete. They would have been dead, and now they're alive like 4 or 5 times. So
Yeah, plus he turns the kills too.
yeah, very, very well done. Good pick here. Hopefully we'll see more Omni in the region. Interesting here to keep things shaked up. Down bottom, PP still farming really well on his Lone Druid. His Bear's just going to chill right now, hopping onto Dire territory,
Dire's
but
middle tower is under attack.
it's difficult for Trust right now. They've really got to keep their momentum up. They can't let this Anti-Mage farm, but that just adds so much pressure for them to go and gank him, and we'll see how that turns out. Omni usually turns that into a kill on the Radiant supports.
Yeah, now they're going to have to try and find something with the Nyx. Looks like they're... it's actually DJ pinging, so... NT, as a Nyx assassin at this point in the game, you're probably going to try and look for a Vendetta gank into the enemy jungle, try and catch out Tinker.
Oh, bottom lane.
Oh.
Old Sand King, he's got no more mana. Already used that Burrow Strike. I think he's just super dead here. Just all who they want to give the kill to. And it looks like What The is going to go ahead and snap that one up for himself and head back towards the mid lane for more farm.
That's good. Good thing to get going their way to. Actually get up in towards the... well, actually, we'll see. He's already got his urn, so... We'll see if he still goes in towards the Midas or if he opts into any of the other Quaswex builds that we like to see. But
I like this early Ernie's, but having some fun with the Cold Snap. Definitely a good way to hold the Tinker in place. Or not the Tinker, sorry. The Tinker. I'm very tired.
yeah, it's we definitely still don't see that much Quaswex. I think everyone thought it was going to be huge once the Forge Spirit talent thing happened, and it was like, okay, you can't always get Forge Spirits now, and so the whole build is awful. At least that was kind of going around Nando. Pow.
One more is going to be another kill going the way of What The. This Invoker's off to a phenomenal start. Now 2-0 in lane. In terms of last hits, he's staying up there. Net worth, he's going to be near the top. Surpassed by his own Lone Druid, who's had a pretty much uncontested lane down bottom.
Well, they're looking to change that now. They're smoked up, trying to find him. And Lumic will... Oh, hell no, but he's behind the tree, but... Uh-oh, even with DJ, he can't catch him now. Oh, he's going to try and bait. This is pretty smart.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Won't work, though. And PP will just keep hitting some creeps, but they can pressure down the bottom lane.
Smoke rotation towards mid. They're looking for a kill onto the Tinker. He's now got a haste rune, so they've got to use all the lockdown they go for. Gonna have Camo's kick coming forward. Tornado from the Invoker stacked up a little bit. They didn't get the most out of that lockdown, but they still get what they needed. That's gonna be a killing spree up for Invoker. Everyone in Radiant mid lane ready to push, ready to get that tier 1. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage has still been completely free farming. He's completely out of mana, hasn't had Blink in like 5 minutes, but it's alright. He's getting the creeps he needs.
Yeah, I saw Gabby had some guilty pings there. He was like alt pinging up here. He's like, dude, the supports are there. I think he like saw them rotate but didn't say anything or something, and kind of cost
Call
Tinker's
missing
life.
Snoop.
Yeah, seriously. Where's the SS? But,
Dire's middle tower
yeah,
is under
so
attack.
Lone Druid's here. We're all
Radiant's
grouping up,
structures
and
are
NT's going to be
Tier
on
one
the
for
hunt.
tier 1.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Mid tower going down. Nice little pick there for Trust. Meanwhile, they're going to have to sacrifice their own bot lane as Lumic and Sand King are just the old 1-2 on that thing. Never stood a chance. Oh, Courier Snipe could potentially come in. It's too speedy. They're going to go for a kill instead. Disruption into the Impale. They've got the Vengeful Spirit on lock. Going to get healed up by the Omni Knight, but Radiant, they got what they wanted, and they're able to back off completely scratch-free.
Yeah, that hurts too, because now they know where the Nyx is rotating, which means Nando can just hop on in here and clean up all these stacks. Which Lumic would love some experience. Just casually snagging a bunch from Nando here. Oh, well, that's a dead Anti-Mage, Annie.
That was, like, goodbye. He was full health, and then he was no health.
The full rotation comes up top, but this is that kind of snowball thing. Rather than doing it with like Sunstrikes and stuff that I had mentioned during the draft, it's more so just that whole team fight element. Where I mean, that's the thing you can get out of Invoker if you just like maximize your cost and your
Here we
X.
go. They see the Sand King. Another tornado coming in. EMP connecting as well. They don't even need it to go off. That's going to be a kill. Going for our Nyx Assassin. Execration. Seems like they're just getting out-rotated right now. They need a lot of time for their Tinker and Anti-Mage to come online. And Trust have hit that point where they can start to group up as 5 and massacre structures.
Tower has fallen.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I also like this crosswalks up against the Omni Knight too. Just because EMP is such a powerful zoning tool. Especially against Omni Knight, who doesn't have the biggest range. I mean, you look at Repel, you look at the heal. He has to actually be up in there. Even Guardian Angel has a pretty small area. So, very smart decision here from our Invoker.
Top lane, it looks like it's about to go down. Meanwhile, Venge was able to go put 2 sentry wards down near the mid lane to try to deward the Radiant sentry ward that was there. And they do get it down, so vision victory for the Dire right now. Looks like Radiant are forced to back off as they can't take a tier 2 just yet.
Radiant's middle tower
Anti-Mage is still
under
farming
attack.
up the jungle. Tinker still doing Tinker things, but really Trust riding their advantage right now. Overall net worth about 2,000 in their favor. Not ultra significant just yet, but it's off to a good start.
Yeah, try and smoke up and once again go on the hunt for PP here. Has his Maelstrom, almost has his Dragon Lance. And I'm not sure how much I like them going on a little bit of a breather here. I guess they're really hoping they can catch up the Tinker, stop these marches, and, well, they will pass right past Lone Druid. So fortunate for him. Because they were very close. Now they're going to try and do a like a save play on their Tinker, probably knowing there are a bunch of heroes in here.
Their smoke's about to expire, just natural timing-wise, and oh, there we go.
Well, that's a
Fruitless
problem.
gank.
They just started here and walked all the way up there. Smoked.
You got a problem with exercise, Mopbacks?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, swap back. They're going forward, just dumpstering that Shadow Demon.
Got
Not
'em.
exactly the most impactful pick, but hey, they'll take it. Making that smoke at least a little worthwhile.
Yeah, certainly not what they wanted, but it's true. It's still a kill. Still a little bit of gold. So that makes so it's not a total waste of time.
Radiant's
And we should be close to that 4-staff. I thought he had some components, or maybe he just stopped eyeing it up there. But 5-5-9-3 is getting a little bit of gold. We're still a ways away from Battle Fury, though. Oh, actually, he had one of the components, so we're not actually too bad. Gabby's catching
Yeah,
up
not really.
now.
We're like 1,000 gold up Battle Fury. That thing's gonna come out pretty quickly. Gabby, he's definitely been taking his time here. Farming up, playing safe after top lane got a little bit too difficult. His mana was perpetually burned. He was able to go and jungle for himself. The rest of the Dire supports maybe looking to go and wrap around, do something a little bit cheeky. Radiant, they're waiting here near their shrine, seeing who they can punish.
Slow Druid Illusions actually do so much damage. It's kind of crazy. Well, they know where he is. Oh man, this is actually terrifying. Alright. Man, they are not having a lot of success, this trio.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now big smoke up from the Radiant team. They're looking to maybe go and punish the Dire here. Nyx is going to be vendetted as well, so he can go in the front line. So even if the smoke breaks, he'll know someone's around him, but he won't be revealed. Good way to start things off. He's going to be working his way in, but the rest of the Dire, they've already backed off into their own side of the map. Anti-Mage continuing to farm jungle. Tinker going to be pushing in that top lane. Seems like Dire have managed to make themselves find a calm moment in the game. They put the brakes on the Radiant rotation squad.
Yeah, Nano's been doing a nice job here, and no, Tornado almost got him, but
Dire's bottom tower
not
is
quite.
under attack.
And
Dire going for a smoke of their own.
Yeah.
Sneaky early Roche. This is 16 minutes in. Not exactly the fastest Roche taking lineup, but of course Vengeful Spirit's Wave of Terror is going to be helping out.
Yeah, I'm sure that's got to be part of the reason to max it too. It's really, I mean, it's good against the Lone Druid Bear as well, but this must have been part of their plan. And Nando will continue to just spam bottom.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Having a somewhat easy time of it. Aegis can be picked up by the Anti-Mage. Pretty solid play. I mean, if he gets mana burned completely and goes down, at least when he respawns, he'll have mana to blink away.
Yeah, 5593 now looking in towards a Yule Scepter for himself. Good up against the Quaswex Invoker. Very handy tool to have. And Lumix just purifying some Ancients. I'm going to have to tell Slacks to do this.
Don't do that.
Farm up some Ancients, please. Oh, it's great. Slacks doesn't farm, though. Slacks just kills and fights the entire time. He's an animal.
Yeah, I can't imagine Slacks like very carefully budgeting his mana and running in, selecting his creeps with a high priority. He's just full Devi Omni Knight. Anyway, up top we've got a little Radiant trio maybe looking for some action. Tinker already going to be bailing out, and so it's just going to be a farm fest here, but I feel like the long range or long run farm fest really benefits Execration.
Yeah, Trusts have fallen off the track quite a bit now, with the Aegis being taken by the Dire, and like they were down at this tier 1, and now Tinker defends it. They all rotate top, and he's suddenly like marching down near this tier 2. He's just clearing out all the creeps, and they're in big trouble. They've missed that big opportunity. I mean, they capitalized on it a little bit. They got 2 tier 1s, but not really enough.
Nothing to keep Gabby disabled, so he's able to blink away from that EMP, burning up some of Invoker's mana. Get himself nice and healthy. They bring Sand King forward. He shows off that new blink, and they're going to find a very important kill here. That is a 4 streak ended. Almost 500 gold going straight to the Anti-Mage, who just picked up his blink dagger.
Dire's top tower
Nano
is
was
under
so close to
attack.
dying. It was like the exact same instance of him blinking and the stone being pulled. I'm very surprised he got it on that.
Reinitiation going in. Fei Mao getting low. They got the stun up on the Sand King, so he can't jump forward and get back in there. And, oh, they don't even need that. DJ able to find the kill. Vengeful Spirit. She's
But
getting
just the
angry.
wave,
TP
eh?
out.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, dude, he was so low. That max wave does some sizable damage. Anti-Mage now, it's 19 minutes in. He's got Tread's Battle Fury Vlad still sitting on a couple minutes left on the Aegis. He's ready to go. This tier 1 tower is
under
not
attack.
long for this world, unfortunately.
Radiant structures are fortified.
No, it's pretty much already dead, that's for sure.
Chemo, bottom lane. Sorry, Camo. Wrong Southeast Asian team.
Yes.
Looking for Nando. I feel like I've called him Chemo more than once this game. I apologize if you're watching actual Chemo.
Oh, 5593 and Nano. This is the worst feeling when you're like a support or an offlaner and you try to come to this lane just to farm up and Tinker shows. It's just the worst. He's like, oh, look at this fresh wave coming, and Nando's like, no, I'll handle this. Why don't you just go kill those 2 neutrals? It's like, okay, all right. And he does buy up his 4 staff. Decides that's gonna be the item for him. Probably to help him try and get in onto that lone druid. And then I still assume he'll go back for the Yules though, because it is very good this game.
Invoker going in onto the Sand King here, just run off the urn and the cold snap, making his life a little annoying, but that 5-5-9-3 can't just shuffle off.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire, they're definitely getting their momentum here. You look at the net worth, and you can see that spike where Trust picked up a little bit going in their favor. They got a couple of towers. They were rotating as 5, and then they just kind of let up on the gas pedal a little bit, allowing for Execration to continue farming. And now the Anti-Mage is a pretty big problem
Oh
at
my
only
God.
20 minutes in the game.
Look at these lone druid illusions though. They actually just obliterated that tower. And Camo is doing his play. I assume Nando won't TP into any of this because he'll know that they're watching this. So this tower could be forfeit, and they're just gonna try and push the other end. It looks like.
Yeah, Gabby still has the Aegis and wants to get a little bit cheeky with it. So going to be going for a tier 2 on tier 2 trade. The Dire, they do have themselves a Fortify if they want to delay this and maybe try to go contest. Dan comes in from the Dire, making sure that Radiant aren't waiting at the high ground, and Dan's going to end just before Invoker comes forward. Tornado pushed out. It does connect onto that anti-mage, but he can just walk himself away.
Yeah, and still with the Aegis, there's not really much they can do about this.
So towers traded, but I think in the end that's just going to be benefiting Execration, more farm for Gabby, and he still feels really safe.
Oh, the bait is working.
Is it though?
No, he canceled. Oh, the bait is working.
Oh, bait. It's happened. Oh.
Dude.
Oh my
What a
god, this is
tease.
Tinker having so much fun right now. Finally completes the TP, goes in, very, very aggressive. Nando, oh, he got played at his own game.
Well, I guess sometimes you gotta take that risk. Maybe not that one, but...
I just like that there were 2 fake TPs and you could feel Trust being like, huh? Huh? We got him. And then he just stops. Either way, Anti-Mage now most of the way towards his Manta style. Very good item progression on him. He is just having a fun time since this Battle Fury came out.
And Lumix going to skip over the mobility item. We'll often see that from Omnis, be it support or core. Just something to keep you closer into the engagements, but he'll go right for the Aghanim Scepter. Very handy, of course. You don't have to be anywhere near this AM to try and save him up from, most notably, I'm sure, this low druid.
Ooh, bold choice by this next assassin, going straight in for his Aghanim Scepter before working on a Blinker of Force.
Yeah. I guess he's just going to rely on his Invoker and his Earth Spirit to try and catch out, and he'll just be the follow-up and whatnot, but good area denial tool, that's for sure. It's always good at taking Roche, good at holding high ground. It's okay at sieging high ground as well. Other than that, not a... it's certainly not a particularly effective item on the move. It doesn't do that much for you.
Sand King already with a Blink Force for himself, like we talked about, and the Yule Scepter most of the way towards completion. Just needs a couple hundred gold till that's going to be done, and that's a Sand King that just got way ahead of the curve. Looking at net worth, the Sand King is going to be on the top half of the net worth, passing all the other supports, surpassing the offlaners. Very good job for him.
Yeah, especially because he's a Tinker on his team, too. Whereas, like, whenever you want to explode net worth on the Sand King, you're always just, like, one-punching waves. And Nando's been all over them this game. Trust continued to ball. And do the same down on the bottom now, right up behind Gabby. Without the Aegis, he's very tempting for Trust. They're probably thinking they might want to, like, contest him or something, but nothing.
I mean, Gabby, he's still moving forward here. Gabby? Gabby?
Nah, he's backed up by people.
Oh, a swap in. Tries to save his life. He's going to be still feared off by that Lone Druid Roar. Able to blink himself to freedom. The DJ may have given his life for this. The Lone Druid Bear. Sitting with only a Quelling Blade and a Stout Shield, so not going to be too violent. Everyone able to get themselves away. Meanwhile, up top, Nando comes in to try to apply a little bit of pressure with the March of the Machines, and nice. It's alright. Dire don't lose anything big there. Oh my. Caster's Curse, our Sand King. Our poor little buddy. Cold snapped up into the EMP, and that's going to be a nice kill there for what the... Tinker coming back in, though. Nando doesn't want to let this off without a warning, and there we go. Tornado into the air. Fei Mao in some trouble. Will be gobbled up by Gabby. Nando just going to be the distraction in that case.
I'm surprised Lone Druid's keeping up, to be honest, because Gabby's just all over the place, as most aims will be. Alright, there's the ult, the Battle Rage, and... or Battle Cry, rather. 130 bonus damage. XD.
Alright, PP just let his bear die to tower.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, there we go. Nice double kick. The Impale to follow up. The Radiant are now hot bailing on this. They've got the Sentry Ward.
Nice
You'll
silence.
see that next assassin is somewhat nearby. Can Gabby actually catch up here? Swap back. They're going to isolate Camo. He's just going to be eating it for the sake of the team. Nice little Magnetize doing some damage with the Guardian Angel. Just keeping everyone on the Dire nice and healthy. They can go ahead and Shrine if they're feeling cheesy and want to keep going here, but overall, really good momentum swing for Execration. Still keeping it going in their favor.
Yeah, we got Gabby now into his Basher, too. And almost into a Vanguard as well. So Abyssal not too far away. Aghanim Scepter though, big moment for our Invoker. And we'll probably have to be looking at the battle of the next Roche, which Sunstrike will scout out for them.
Hellbear walking in for the Dire, so both teams know this is up. But both teams are perhaps posturing to contest this. Anti-Mage gonna find his way into the pit as soon as possible. He's now got his full manta of Vlad's Battle Fury, and he's almost done himself with an Abyssal Blade, so full Basher completed as well. This is a hella farmed Anti-Mage, keeping on top of the lone Druid still at this point in the game.
I'm not sure. Oh, okay, here we go. We got the clap going.
Oh god, 4G versus Hellbear. It's violent. I'm gonna go watch this in cinematic mode. Tell me if anything happens.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
think
god,
Hellbear's
it's
got
bloody.
this one.
Oh my god, this is a great fight to watch up close and personal. Oh, Hellbear wins. 4G
Yeah, it
never
wasn't
stood
even
a
close,
chance.
honestly.
I mean, 4G fought with full determination. Didn't even back off when it was close to the end. You gotta admire that kind of spirit. And now, the rest of Dire looking to go in, make a similar trend, just obliterate the Radiant. But they're gonna be pretty cautious here, appropriately so. They don't want to get too crazy, especially with Invoker's new Aghanim Scepter. He also has an Orchid, so easy to punish. Wow, that was just a full-on alley-oop. Goes in for the Burrow Strike, swap back to get the kill. Onto Fei Mao, although very nice play from the Invoker. Gonna make this worthwhile. They might find 2 kills here. In fact, they do. The Anti-Mage picked off. This is crucial. Camo continuing to go forward. They get the stun of the Vengeful Spirit. She's gonna be out of mana, just walking her way away. Uses up her full wand, but she's still running here, and it is a lost battle for her. She's just got to sit there and take it. Maybe try to buy out what she can, because that is a dead Venge. The Anti-Mage, the Venge, and the Omni picked off by Trust. Huge value play, trading only for a Shadow Demon.
Did you see what happened to AM?
He just got...
He
punched
just
in the
died.
back. Yeah.
I don't know if he was just Vendetta. Maybe he was Vendetta. I'm not sure. I couldn't even make it out in the middle of that fight, but... Yeah, totally obliterated. That is very, very bad for Execration. It's Roche. It's forward momentum now for the Radiant side. It's Lone Druid well on top of the net worth chart.
That was just a kill that didn't need to happen. I feel like Trust made their positioning very clear, like, alright, we're not going to go for Roche, just leave us alone for a little bit, and Execration, they played with fire and they got burned.
Yeah, it was a lot on the initiation too, I feel like, just like swapping back just all onto this like Shadow Demon, and I don't think Lumic was close enough for something to assist, but obviously no ulti was thrown out there as they're still on their way towards the Aghanim Scepter. But yeah, tower down. Let's start thinking about top, but Nando's already there. They will see him at least TPing in. They'll know Tinker's in the vicinity, but by the time you get there, of course, he'll be gone. This is pretty much what the Aghanim Scepter is good for on Nyx when you're not actually sieging high ground, just holding areas. And okay, it's going to work. Oh no. Nice Sandstorm just to mask himself there. I guess with the Sentry, it's more about the literal masking of the sand, but works out. Can't quite get the impale.
Alright, Nando keeping things split pushed up. I mean, our Tinker certainly hasn't been stunted that much in terms of overall kill score. Only died 3 times and still having some fun, keeping things going for himself. Now has the Aghanim Scepter, so a little bit more impactful in these fights with the maxed out lasers. Going in mid, it looks like all the Dire are trying to rotate together. They're ready to move. We've got that bear with the Mjolnir on him, charging forward, but shouldn't be that much of a task for Execration to clean that up.
We'll have to see how this next fight goes with the Abyssal. There is the potential that Execration just kind of like walk all over the engagement.
Gabby moving forward. Fei Mao's got that disrupt. Is going to be going in now. Shadow Demon reveals his positioning, but there is going to be a kick.
All
oh god, the stun, the silencers, the swap back. The Guardian Angel going to keep Gabby alive for now. DJ, along with the Omni Knight, do everything possible to keep their teammates up, and it's going to be enough this time. Very well played. In fact, the laser's doing well. DJ is able to TP out, forcing the BKB from Lone Druid as well. That is going to be his 10-seconder, or rather his 9-seconder, but still long cooldown for no payoff.
Well, it turns out Soul Catcher and pure damage is pretty good against the Anti-Mage. Who would have thought? So I'm going to guess something similar probably happened to him last time, because that was brutal. Gabby just lost like 70% of his HP in pretty much a single combo.
The fact they didn't go down there was still pretty huge. Anti-Mage just can't really afford to die anymore this game, so he's going to have to play a little bit safer here. He's going in for this tier 2, knowing where all the Radiant are up top, and now Radiant get their prize. They get their own tier 2. What the? He's going to be invised up. He's ghost walking forward. He's going to run right into the Sand King. Goes down, is able to drop the tornado onto the AM, but this may actually turn around for him. They're going to drop the Abyssal, and that is going to be a dead Invoker popped by Gabby. Everyone else able to force staff themselves away. Keep out of danger.
Yeah, Fama was there, but tough call. It's either disrupt my Invoker or disrupt the epicentering Sand King. So chose the Sand King, and sadly Invoker's still not able to make it through just the initial stun. And AM is the one who claims that bounty here. So heading in towards the BKB. Not always the aim you want to buy. That's a nice ward.
Rip.
Yeah. The self-setup.
He
Mostly
tried,
just a
dude.
delay.
He was like, all right, here's where I'm going to be dying. He got to pick his location.
And Nando's
TP in
gonna
from the
join
Tinker?
here. Hmm.
That's not a Tinker. That's a, okay.
Yeah, it was Tinker.
Thought it was Venge. I'm really not awake right now. The coffee is not kicked in. Either way, Execration score themselves a tower. Trust, they're going to be corralled up onto their high ground. That was their last exterior tower. Brian's still invulnerable, so they've at least got that going for them. Still that point of Roshan control. Speaking of Roshan, still long time on that next respawn. Still have Lone Druid sitting on the Aegis. He's been doing his best to keep these lanes pushed. I feel like he could get a little bit more aggressive now that he's got some items for himself. I mean, he's a big boy.
Yeah, now Butterfly fully finished out. Will be a while before AM has anything to deal with that, especially if he actually completes up this BKB. Lubeck almost into this Agnums that he's been working on for quite a while, and yeah, he will just outright buy the BKB. So, Execration, they'll try and start to close out this map. They've already been doing so here. As you can see from the Radiant, the only vision they have is from their current smoke, so they're going into this one blind thanks to the gem.
And Aegis did just expire, so Lone Druid gonna be fighting a little bit lower down the totem. DJ goes in, is able to pop a smoke, at least revealing that there's Nyx assassin
nice
behind
swap.
her. Swap forward onto the Sand King. She still loses her life. That was almost really cool.
Yeah, just
That
about
came
got
like,
it.
that was like 95% real cool. Meanwhile, Gabby able to push in down bottom, so just keeping that global pressure up. With an Anti-Mage and a Tinker, I don't feel like Trust can ever be too confident that the base isn't gonna get sieged.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? You get this kill and Avenge, and then immediately suddenly both your tier 3s have creeps on top of them. But all they need is one full win on a fight, even like 2 or 3 heroes. Anywhere near that dire base, and I'm sure we're all well aware of what Lone Druid can do. And even if it's not a bear build, this guy is stacked up. He can obliterate these buildings.
Yeah, I've seen less and less bear builds going on. I mean, this bear is full poverty mode, and Lone Druid himself is just the full dude. He is super farmed.
Yeah. One of the better joke builds now turned into a real build, as NT will carapace Nando in the base.
We're on net worth. It's actually back down to even. We've had a very long, squiggly road to get here, but I mean, both XP and net worth are very, very close. I think this is Execration starting to swing things back. They're getting geared up to actually push that high ground. I think once they get a set of racks, it's going to be really difficult for Trust. They've got decent clear on their Lone Druid, but that's about it. Super creeps are going to be pretty difficult to deal with.
Yeah, everyone's just totally paired off on the net worth chart right now. Just like this Lone Druid and Anti-Mage, so close to each other. We got our Tinker and our Invoker. We got our Nyx and our Sand King. Like everyone's, the biggest gap just comes from our Earth Spirit and our Omni Knight, the 4 roll. Everyone else is within just a couple hundred gold of each other. All right. Looks like they were sun striking on the hunt, maybe for the. Or maybe, yeah, I'm not sure what he's sun striking. I think he was just looking for AM farming somewhere.
I think he just likes the Sunstrike.
Could be that too. Just thoroughly enjoys it.
It is fun. What's the best Sunstrike you ever landed?
I don't play Invoker. Not an Invoker player. I think I played like 2 games of Invoker.
Oh, me too, dude. But I got one clutch Sunstrike. It was someone that ran away with like 10 HP, and I just like Sunstruck right outside the fountain and got him. Oh my! I had to like sit back for 5 minutes and change pants. It was so great. It was like an important kill too. I think it was like a sort of core Sven or whatnot. Anyway, going back to this game, Gabby's still doing really well. He's going into a Monkey King bar for himself, dodging out that Lone Druid's butterfly that he's been getting some use out of.
Yeah, I guess pretty much forced into it, right? No real choice, so. Oh, this is tempting. I think they just. Oh, I think he saw the Vlad's aura or something. He pinged immediately.
Execration revealing their position a little bit, but still not allowing Trust to leave their base. The only exception to that is PP, of course, and the Lone Druid, he can pretty much do what he wants. Definitely not the top of Execration's priority list right now. They want to just keep pushing in, keep breaking structures. They'll let Lone Druid do whatever, but they've got to respond to him at some point. Roshan going to be scouted out by this little centaur, and there's going to be another Aegis onto the Dire side. It's Sunstruck up, so Radiant know what's going down. We'll see if they're going to contest. They're moving their way forward, but are they going to get there in time?
Yeah, I don't think they can take it fast enough with just the AM. Because a lot of his damage obviously comes from that whole like Manta burst explosion kind of deal, and doesn't help you too much against Roche. He can take it solo, but he just still needs his team to cover him.
Boulder kick comes on through, revealing the empty Roshan pit, but still a very tense situation. Nyx's assassin's going to be going, at least getting some information for his team. I like the choice to take that Wild Wing Ripper and just keep him doing pit control.
Let's see how much damage. Oh, he's moving it away. I was enjoying the bird on Roche. Oh, MKB, now it's fight time.
Yep, they're going forward, and it looks like this is going to get nasty real fast. Radiant, they get one more shot to back it up. Dire, they're going straight back towards the pit.
Invoker's ready, though. I mean, this is level 23, Aghanim Scepter, Orchid.
I mean,
Hasn't
they go
bought
through.
anything
They
in a
actually
long
catch
ass
out
time.
3 heroes right behind the pit. Easily healed up with the Omni Knight, but now both teams challenging the other to take this Roche, putting the Wild Wing back in the pit. Invoker's going to keep Sunstriking that thing, keep popping tornadoes into it to make sure it's clear. And now double damage Bear versus a Wild Wing Ripper. I don't think this ends well for the Ripper. Oh, it's going to spare him.
Yeah, we've also got the minus 10 second Savage Roar cooldown coming soon for PP, which is very important. Camo working towards a Glimmer Cape soon. Also going to be handy. I mean, they have detection, but still good against the general magic damage here from the Sand King especially. And, not going to hurt against Tinker. Those damn rockets. Again, we scout Roche. Ooh, Nando with the scythe, though. Haven't seen him get a chance to use that yet.
Pretty tense game. This Roshan still a huge point of contest. Centaur versus 4G. A Bear's coming into it as well. Oh god. It's getting nasty. That Centaur's going in. Gonna watch this fight again. This is all I care about right here. Oh god, the Centaur died.
We gotta get PP over here so the Bear can help, man. This isn't cool.
That Centaur was
Just
fucking sacrificed. They went for another Helm of the Dominator creep, so it just laid down and died. Never forget.
They just see the Bear inside. They're like, shit, like, what do we do? Oh, PP.
Oh, they're able to go in. Sandstorm buying some time. Disrupt comes out. There's going to be BKBs flying every which way, but PP's still going to get stunned up. He goes for the Savage Roar. He makes it to the low ground. Does he actually get out? Gabby's able to find the kill. There is going to be that Guardian Angel moving forward. Another kill goes the way of Gabby as he's able to blink up and find the Shadow Demon. Dire, they win this fight. They get what they wanted, and they're going to claim their prize.
Best possible situation to find the Lone Druid like that, especially with your AM so close nearby with that fresh MKB. And I was actually surprised how long he survived, considering. I mean, I know he's beefy. He's got like a 24 armor right now. It's kind of insane, but AM still able to shred through that evasion. And Roche gifted over. Yeah, no, not quite. And some
He's on the
cheddar.
ground. Oh yeah. That's a Sand King cheese right there. He's still holding on to his gem. He bought that really early in the game. I want to say like the 25-ish minute mark, and he hasn't lost it yet.
Speaking of buying early, What the has been working on this Octarine core forever. It's a long progression. It's just like such an expensive item. But when he finally gets it, it'll certainly be well worth it. PP. Oh, look, Lone Druid's alive, guys. So weird. It's like he has this insane minus 40. I can't believe minus 40 is like the nerfed one. It's crazy. Happy Lone Druid players.
Continually be a problem. I mean, we've got Tinker, who's also able to go and rat and split push, so it's not like it's a one-way street. Tinker's been doing really well, in fact. Sitting, again, head-to-head with that Invoker. You called it. Everyone just still paired off with their lane equal.
I like how the Sand King and the Nyx are separated by 50 gold.
I mean, they're both just big boy bugs. What do you want?
Abyssal Bear. Thanks for the money. 300 gold. Very nice.
Anti-Mage just keeping that BKB in his backpack. He ain't relying on that thing at all. He's going up to high ground with a BKB in his backpack. Anti-Mage, are you mad?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those awkward engagements too, where like you have to. I think most people are starting to swap. I mean, if you're actually going high ground, I think you swap out the treads for the BKB just because there is that 1 second moment, right, where you die as you take the Aegis goes down and then you're respawning. There is that brief window where they could stun you up and do stuff before your BKB is actually active. So
that's definitely going to be Trust's game plan. They've got that, you know, kick and stun coming in from the Earth Spirit. They've got disrupts from the Shadow Demon, and Nyx going in for the Impales. I mean, he's just going to be burrowing himself up on this high ground, like you mentioned, and they'll just be spamming out those. Oh, look, he force-staffed his little pile forward. That doesn't seem like that's how physics works, but okay.
yeah, there's a couple things you can do with that one, but you can't blink out of it, which is really annoying.
Sand King with this Lotus Orb now. That'll be fun. We'll see who's going to be bopping up themselves. Nyx might go for the mana burn on himself, and be some self-disrupts coming out, adding more illusions to the fight, adding to the craziness. Tinker's going to be hopping into the Centaur, so we've now got 4 heroes coming down. The Anti-Mage makes all 5. Dire are ready to pressure this bot lane, but Radiant are expecting it.
Yeah, it's certainly time though. Just Lotus Orb up your AM, send to the high ground. As I said, Disruption definitely the biggest thing in terms of like reflected spells. By far the best one. Good against those Nyx spells, and good against Remove the Silence, the Earth Spirit. But it's actually ridiculous how much damage Tornado does to creeps. It's so good.
Gabby gonna go. He will finally get windmilled up in the air. Sunstrike, not going to be doing much. I mean, Gabby doesn't really care about a couple of slaps from these LD illusions. He's sitting back. Aegis going up in about a minute and a half. Oh, there we go. There's the blink forward up onto the high ground. AM may have bitten off more than he can chew here. He's going to be forced back all the way over the cliff. His Aegis is going to be going down. Now DJ's in trouble. The rest of his team.
That's not good.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Anti-Mage, you can't afford to go down here, but it looks like he will. Guardian Angel's not going to be enough to save his team. The Magnetize doing so much work from this Earth Spirit. Now they've got everyone in this Ice Wall as well. 5593 tries to blink away, but it's going to be a full team wipe. Trust could not have had a better hold there. My goodness.
Yeah, that's a little crazy. He just went in. He just like dove. I mean, he was right. He got the Earth Spirit and everything, but then DJ comes in and tries to make a swap play in the Lone Druid. I think he was trying to like disrupt so that maybe they wouldn't catch the Anti-Mage right away or something, but it just ended up meaning they're using these tools while AM's dead and had nothing to do. And I think he didn't even get off the BKB, and I want to say it was because of that whole backpack thing, so he didn't switch his treads.
Yeah, now it looks like the first tier 3 of the game might actually be going down in favor of Trust. Got your Tinker tossing out missiles for all it's worth, but the Carapace doing some serious work here. DJ going to be going ahead, swapping forward onto this Nyx Assassin, but he's still in his little pile, and it's actually going to be nasty for the Dire here. They're getting focused down. They end up losing their Tinker. He has no buyback, and it looks like
nice
the bench
stun.
is going down as well. The kick comes in onto our Sand King, able to go ahead and keep himself healthy with the Shrine, but now Gabby's back. Gabby drops the Abyssal. He's BKB'd as well. This is time for the Dire to get their revenge. Gabby's going to have to blink away from this EMP. In fact, Sand King may end up paying the ultimate
gem.
price. Gabby, though, he's going back in. He really, really wants to find this. 5593 able to go ahead, get himself to the high ground.
Fame out.
Meatball drop down the Shrine. Will do enough healing to keep everyone safe for now. Who got the gem?
Female got it
After all.
eventually. It was just sitting there for so long, but he finally went up and got it. He put his windlace away and blinked out and TV'd home. That was close. So them losing that gem, huge, right? Because then Nick should have went down to Gabby as well. But with his buyback, he does secure a couple kills there.
Now, tier 3s have been broken, so Radiant can go ahead and clean up the Dire Shrines if they want. And that's a huge Roche control point gone.
Well. Execration. They have lost the 7,500 gold lead they amassed from the slow marching with Tinker farming. And as you said, Roche likely to be the next contest of severe importance unless they can catch someone outside the base. Could be DJ. Alright, just your entire racks because low druid. Actually, those are a lot of misses low ground. Jeez.
I mean,
I feel like these illusions might have to go high ground. Anyway.
at least half a rack's taken down. There's going to be some attempt for Dire to regain vision of the area. You see all these sentry wards and observers plop down in a very small radius. It's just to make sure that stupid Nyx Assassin can't just sit there and impale from his safety bubble.
That was such an insane amount of damage for absolutely zero commitment. They're probably a little disappointed they didn't just like send someone up. It's actually so close to getting the melees, but at this point in the game with how fast each team pushes, it's very risky to have any single hero down.
Yeah, the momentum of this game is going to be, alright, get a pick on like the Anti-Mage, the Lone Druid, one of these big boys that does a lot of zoning for their team, and then just massacre their structures. Like, there's going to be no push while everyone's alive, but as soon as like one person's dead, it is just push city.
Yeah, they got themselves a ton of gold now in the Radiant as well. Some Lotus Orbs. We got the Lincoln Sphere done for our Invoker. But nothing too much other than that. This Gavin needs a brief pause here.
Yeah, he's got a toy. Okay, we're all just gonna go pee.
Yeah, apparently they got someone going as well. It looks like.
It's a 50-minute game here for game number 1 of this 2-game series. Definitely heating up, getting intense, and I mean with a Lone Druid, an Anti-Mage, a Tinker, there's no reason this has to end anytime soon. So we'll strap in, prepare for a long one here, and I mean, what's your take on how this game's going? Like, who's looking good? Who's got this in the bag, or is it still completely anyone's game?
I think I still favor Execration, honestly.
Oh,
because
I just hit my funny bone. Now, like, my whole hand is numb. Pray for me.
Just because they have this Agnum Scepter on the Omni, if Luma can get it done, it can be completely fight winning. I can just like cancel out this Lone Druid for big parts of the engagement. Although it didn't quite work out down bottom. Seems like it should be the most beneficial thing. They also have this Tinker, who I think Nando's been doing a very good job of creep control this whole game. Haven't seen too much of a fight impact from him, I feel like, with like scythes and whatnot since he picked it up, but still there's plenty of times where he's keeping these waves pushed out, so just having that asset on your team is very important, and the ultra late game. But there's no doubt that a lot of these heroes on the Radiant are getting very scary. NT's been making quite a few plays, 2-1 and 9 at this point. He's got all that high mobility, he's got that Lotus Orb. So we'll have to see. It's not a very big advantage, I wouldn't say. I'd say like it's pretty much 50-50, honestly, at this point in the game.
Alright, so instead of swapping boots to his backpack, Anti-Mage just fucking sold him. So he's just slugging around the map.
Tis mine.
Fair enough.
Like he's waiting on his boots of travel, so he'll be building into those as well, but make sure he's getting the money.
Wouldn't this be quite the time to run down bottom if they got an eye on him from a ward or something?
Yeah. right now, I mean, it seems like all the big boys are starting to get real slotted. Like, there's going to be very little room for improvement soon. You know, 60 minutes in, it's not like they're waiting for the next big item. They just want to wait for that next big initiation. Save for buybacks, maybe go into some moon shards or whatnot.
Oh, he actually just fluttered. Okay,
Real proud
I thought
of
they
him?
were closing. Got a little bit
Oh.
scared.
Here we go. There's going to be an initiation here. Feimao makes his way up onto the high ground. They want to go in onto Lumik, but he's able to go ahead and repel himself. Guardian Angel comes in. The Sand King looks like he will be trapped. He's going to go ahead and Yules himself to try to buy some time, but I don't think he gets out of this one. Or he does, because he's a freaking god. Oh, no, there he goes. They're dying.
And they got the Omni too. And that's another gem. So Feimao, double Tiger's Eyes here.
I thought it was going to be great, but it wasn't.
It's a great smoke wraparound play. And they had some vision in the area before the ward was destroyed thanks to the gem. So just in general knowing what they had to do. And they... Oh no, Gabby has a TP now in his inventory. However, he still won't be home in time.
The PP is trying to go through this backdoor protection to get this tower down. Very bold play here. He's making
It's
a
one
little
creep.
progress. Like he's trying to whittle away at it. There we go. The one creep comes in. Oh man, that's got to be frustrating for Execration. They lose another tier 3 tower. We'll see if this is going to result in any turnaround kills. Gabby is going to be able to get himself out in time. There's going to
So
be that
close.
Lotus Orb BKB on the lone druid. He's so big. Look at that damage he's spraying out. DJ getting very, very low there. The rack still taking some siege from these lone druid illusions. Tornado EMP comes in from our Invoker. Sand King going to Yules himself up to dodge out the EMP strike. Focusing on Forge Spirits here. They're taking a lot of hits to kill. This is Trust gaining a huge swing in their favor, and I don't know if Execration can deal with this much push right now.
It's time for Shadow Demon Gaming.
Hell yeah,
Tornadoes
dude,
plus
he's got
illusions.
2 gems, 2 eyes. He's got a blink dagger for himself. He's having some fun.
They drop a
I
lot
like
of
those 2
sentries.
sentry wards placed immediately next to each other.
Yeah, guess just skate out the Nyx. I mean, they have a gem anyway. Oh, wait. Or skate out the Sand King, I suppose, but... In case he blinks and initiates, but... Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
Those are pretty... I mean, I think that was Shadow Demon being like, alright, I got 2 gems. Let's just get these wards out of my inventory. They're weighing me down.
Oh, well, Nando continues his job. Oh,
Down bottom.
That was close. Ah, he's gone, bruh.
Gabby pushing out mid lane. There are still a bunch of Radiant heroes waiting for him. Maybe the next assassin going in for that vendetta. They've got to think this is a trap because Gabby doesn't usually play that bold. Trying to play things safe. Roshan is going to be up. It will be Sunstruck. Gabby ends up eating that one, unfortunately, and Boku gets some good information as to what's going down. There's going to probably be a big fight around this Roshan in the upcoming minutes. Hey, Mob Packs.
Hey, hey.
When's the last time we've seen an epicenter? Has it been ever?
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while, but... Yeah, it's been a while for sure. They're kind of initiating with Gabby and like trying to follow up after, but they have not
like,
to find that right moment.
Have we seen it this game?
He used it once and got canceled by a disruption.
Oh, fun.
But in terms of like actually using one, no, I'm not too sure. I can't immediately say, yes, I remember when he killed that guy with Epicenter, but it could have been happening on the back line of a fight.
Roshan, definitely a hot topic. I'm surprised Radiant didn't focus down Dire Shrine. I mean, they let that thing
Oh no, they're just
stay up
tinkering
for a
on the
long
people.
time. Yeah. It was up for a long time, though. Like, it wasn't taken out immediately after the tier 3s. Either way, it's gone now. Radiant, they're still slowly working their way down the pit. Roshan at about 3/4 health. Dire looking for their perfect time to strike. I mean, they've got to get Gabby in there eventually. You can't just farm up forever. Roshan's getting very, very low now. This troll creep is going to scout out how low the Roche is, and that's going to be Execration's go point. DJ force-staffs himself forward. Going to be Wave of Terroring into the pit. Gabby makes his way forward, but it's so tense right now. You can feel both teams ready to jump on each other, and there we go. Sunstrike onto Gabby. He's going to be getting down to half health. BKB's come in. Sand King finally channeling up his epicenter. There is going to be that Guardian Angel coming in. PP in some serious danger. He's going to force himself away. Now Camo taking a lot of aggression.
Oh, nice
Meanwhile,
stun.
DJ with his last breath is going to be going in with Wave of Terror. There's going to be a gem on the ground.
Oh, Tornado into Impale.
It's so much buybacks. They're all coming back, man. If everyone had a buyback, they used their buyback. The fight is still going on as they focus down the Tinker. Another buyback comes in. This has got to be like 15 buybacks committed already. You know how math works, right?
Yeah,
There we
that
go.
sounds about right.
5593 going to be scooting his way out of the pit. And Radiant, they have established their dominance on this half of the map. It will be PP snapping up the Aegis. They've got a cheese on the next assassin. Yeah, just checking buyback status. I believe that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buybacks committed. 6 buybacks committed in that fight.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the PP one. He was just backing in so fast.
Oh!
That's game.
That's
Soul
actually
catcher.
game.
Get ability.
Yeah,
NT
we got caught
actually
out
did
there.
so much work that fight around the Roche. I mean, that's the thing about Aghanims. It's so good at area denial and fighting in the same spot, and he destroyed that Roche fight.
Nando, he's BKB'd, he's Lotus Storm. He's just trying to walk away, but he can't. That's actually it. Good game, well played, comes out as two of the big boys are smacked down within just a couple of seconds of each other. Trust, they stuck it out. This was a long game for them, 55 minutes in, and they're able to go up against an anti-mage and a tinker and find themselves a victory in game number 1. Definitely upsetting a lot of the odds here, but Mr. Cat is a place where anything can happen.
That's right, dreams. They do come true at Mr. Cat. And so Trust take game 1 with the... I mean, we said it would be the favored lineup, but, I mean, it's still Execration. So, was definitely giving them a little bit more favorability. But we will be right back, folks, for game number 2. We're going to start getting that lobby set up. We got to get things going, so we're a little behind now. So, stay tuned for more Mr. Cat.